Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some kind of crazy news that maybe kind of be sounding a little bit off my mind when it comes to this one, but there's actually some huge things when it comes to Xbox, as well as the future of gaming and future of what's going to be happening next. And we also have some official Microsoft employee, really higher ups, kind of making some official statements. We actually touched on this really quickly earlier on in today's video when I was talking about Gamestop, but there's actually even like a bigger, and this kind of might just be a little bit conspiracy, might be a little bit kind of more kind of just me crazy. I know every now and then you got to work in these videos on the channel of how this could actually maybe go and just completely reiterate and revolutionize the entire gaming industry as a whole when it comes to just the platforms, when it comes to making money, when it comes to the future of gaming, when it comes to NFTs, when it comes to the cyberverse, when it comes to the metaverse, and all this stuff. So I mean, just letting you guys all know, you guys might be into kind of a crazy and kind of a little bit of a bumpy ride for this one, and definitely leave your thoughts and comments down below. I never mind if I sound crazy, but I kind of feel like a lot of these things are slowly ticking. We have a lot of stuff to actually kind of back this up to as well, and yeah, I'm just letting you guys know this kind of seems like a very intriguing story nonetheless. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Definitely give me your thoughts and comments down below, whether you guys agree or disagree. I'm 100% okay with it. As well, we also have the Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console controller. We have the Samsung SSDs down below too as well. I forgot, we got super on sale. Same with the Samsung phones too for the $50 gift cards, and the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. And let's go and dive on into it. So buckle on in. When it comes to Xbox, as you guys know, Xbox has been fully kind of pushing the idea of like the metaverse, cyberverse, cryptoverse, and all these types of more of like the next level, next stage of gaming universe. We've had public support from Phil Spencer, we've had public support from Microsoft, and we've also had very public support too as well from this particular person who's made a few very intriguing statements I want to dive on into, do a little bit of a deep dive on it, which is over here from York Rhodes. From over this, which is a blend of the CTO, CMO, and creative innovator. So basically, he's just a mixture of pretty much everything in regards to blockchain, in regards for a lot of various big products. This is more in regards to Microsoft, in regards to Xbox, and everything else too as well. So as you guys can kind of go and see, this is pretty big boy when it comes to basically the when it comes to Microsoft in general. So he has a nice little casual, nice little tweet. We goes and mentions over here earlier today in regards to the BlockFi, like this is the, or not BlockFi, the basically Blockworks, basically huge $100 million investment in regards to Gamestop and the partnership, where some people are kind of good for this, some people are kind of down with it. It's very in the middle. I'm sure you guys know NFTs are kind of the big trigger word when it comes to all this stuff too as well. This is literally the director of blockchain at Microsoft that was literally tagged by the Immutable, tagged on everything else, and he's someone who is directly involved in growing this ecosystem of basically, the Xbox and Microsoft, basically metaverse of their own type. So the fact that they're making comments on this, let's kind of do a little deep dive on this, kind of like the basis. As you guys know, Microsoft and Xbox have a very strong connection when it comes to GameStop. As well, we've also had other various statements officially stating a few months ago that Microsoft and Xbox are fully for the future of like a metaverse type NFT type like future of it, as long as it's utilized well and it's not like a scam or anything else. And I've always been the same boat with that. Keep on saying that. If it's not a scam, it's not weird. I'm cool with it. If it's a scam and just not worth it, it's not worth it. So why is this important? Why is Xbox about to go crazy, and what's going on over here? As you guys know, GameStop has always had a very strong and public relationship with Xbox. When it comes to Xbox itself, they have a close partnership. That's why they've had a chance to sell more Halo Infinite Xboxes, and also Microsoft's way more willing to sell their own individual products in GameStop stores, to the point where at some point GameStop themselves basically just kind of took over the front hold of all these Microsoft stores, and they're like, yeah, let's just go sell a lot of our products in your store. We'll try to get a little bit more of like an overhead cost, delete it from our own Microsoft stores, which still exist, but basically it's kind of like a nice little partnership. They're official partners, have official business together. Overall, it's just nice, good stuff. That also means that when they have a nice, really good business relationship, because basically Xbox never kind of gave up on, well, GameStop. They've always been still a fan of selling things physical. They don't mind having discs. They also want you to go even buy an old game disc with their over, like, basically cross-play and also like cross-platform play. They've always just been good for accessibility for everyone. Now, a lot of things like, say, like Sony, a lot of places like, Nintendo, essentially we're like, no, we're just going to go digital. We don't really care about brick and mortar stores, Walmart, GameStop, whoever, who cares? But Microsoft never actually went and gave up on GameStop. So the fact that we're now kind of seeing this big combination of Microsoft supporting like this metaverse and NFT push, as well as also we're also seeing like other very big like heads over here, you can see over with York, is basically being like, hey, we're kind of cool with this. So now what's like the next part? What's the revolutionary stage? What's kind of, the next step of this? As you guys know, Apple is a huge conglomerate when it comes to money. When it comes to people having their apps on it, that's like why we had that big drama with Fortnite. If you guys didn't know, Fortnite and Apple had a huge, basically legal battle because Apple kept on making so much money off of all the microtransactions and basically utilizing Fortnite as a platform on their mobile store. But the one big thing is when it comes to crypto, is you don't have to pay that. Now, there is network fees and gas fees and all that type of stuff, but when it comes to this, if you're able to go utilize something like Ethereum, which is moving to proof of stake, which is essentially lower fees, lower gas, and also better for the environment, all put together, which is also the same network that the original GameStop is on in the first place. You know, that nice little Immutable and GameStop partnership that was announced a few days ago, which has also been in support of the community too, although some people have obviously are set with NFTs. That is also a brand new groundbreaking stage that can go and set the next push for the actual, like basically Game Pass, Microsoft Store, etc., to basically combine with the future of this type of metaverse. So think of the future of Microsoft because they want to go push out more things like AR and VR and utilizing different types of like in-person, in-staging stores like that. Think how I have like right now with the Facebook and the Metaverse. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I probably sound crazy. I'm sure I do. But when it comes to this combination, you have all these big NFTs and trying to push more of a cyber network and trying to go push more of like actual cryptocurrencies through the GameStop network, which already is a business partner with Microsoft, who has already been on record from their CEO themselves confirming and pushing for this, as well as also on top of this too with actual lowering down the fees, which could lower down credit card fees, PayPal fees, which as you guys know, no major companies like that. I myself don't even like that themselves. You put it up on crypto, and that means that the big businesses such as the Microsoft, the Xboxes, GameStop make even more money because they don't have to pay that overhead. As well as same with the hosting too as well. They don't have to pay for hosting costs and training fees most of the time because it's already hosted through this overall public blockchain. Even better, there's also then no major issues, say, with Apple or when it comes to other various things where they might be yoinking money from it from like various purchases and buys because it's all on the blockchain. You don't have to deal with it. It's a completely different system and not the normal fundamentally system right now. There's also no major single port of it, so that basically means that you're able to go utilize it in any pace and point. It's all decentralized, so there's no like big overman government too as well. You have a single sign-in throughout the entire app, which makes everything a little bit easier. And if we really want to go push this next step of NFT gaming and NFT as a whole, you have to go and definitely put a combination of three big businesses to set the landmark. And I would probably assume Xbox and GameStop, if you go and try to factor both in the digital aspect and the physical aspect, would be the two major companies to bring this together, especially as gaming as a whole. And I would also probably assume that something like a Microsoft and Xbox or GameStop ideally would not be like basically scamming folks or having not useful projects, and the fact that they have a $100 million investment to be able to go make sure and like fundamental this and build up more people using NFTs and the platforms on it that was officially announced, kind of has a really good first step into getting into a good groove of it, making content, getting developers on the platform, and kind of basically getting one central hub. Because one big thing when it comes to developers trying to go and deal with NFTs is the fact that it has to be on the same engine and the same game ecosystem, because you can't go and have like a really cool Fortnite NFT type, say, skin, and then use it on League of Legends. Number one, the big developers will not want to spend the time and money and balancing for it, as well you also make the custom animations and custom character design and everything on a different engine. It's just not feasible. It's just not possible. But if you have one major central hub, such as say a GameStop, that becomes the number one big player in terms of NFTs and developing NFTs and utilizing that system, with another big part too with Microsoft and Xbox, that loads into millions of games, especially with the money and the fundamental money, or think even say Call of Duty and Halo put together, World of Warcraft, all of these huge, massive conglomerate games that people would be used to, people already play, people are already down with. If you could develop them all in a similar system and similar, like say, like NFT type based system, this could actually be utilized for everything. And my camera literally thinks I'm probably going crazy because it literally turned off, because that's just how I think all this stuff put together really is. So we have this prediction over here, as I mentioned, when it comes to Yorkie Roads, which basically goes and shows that like why they're trying to go push for everything off of the actual app store, off like, you know, the lower fees. You don't have to worry about the revenue share. You don't have to work on the commerce lock-in when it comes to Apple. It's overall open for everyone, like I said, for distribution and decentralization, and everything put together in terms of payment, identity, commerce, in terms of like exclusivity, in terms of everything, just all makes a lot of sense when it comes to all these big companies being put together. It's one of the like probably the craziest idea, but if this somehow all gets put together, this could be the multi-trillion-dollar idea that changes gaming as a whole. Because right now, gaming is probably one of the most profitable entertainment industries in general, and overall, NFTs are a little bit skeptical as of right now in the community, but I could absolutely go and see this in the future being a huge game changer. Now, once again, I probably sounded absolutely crazy, but a lot of these things kind of make a lot of sense to me, so I kind of want to hear your thoughts and comments down below, or if I just sounded crazy, feel free to leave that comment as well. But make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. And of course, check out those Samsung SSDs for the brand new SSDs up on sale. Same with the SSDs for the $50 gift cards and the Twitter, Twitch streams, and the Weebles. And yeah, I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Love you guys.